You know that little piece of plastic in your wallet? It feels like freedom, doesn't it? Like a key. But what if I told you it's actually a lock? We're going to dig into how credit cards are really designed to be a trap, and more importantly, how you can see it coming. I mean, it's a super frustrating feeling, right? You work your tail off, the paycheck hits your account, and then poof. By the end of the month, it's just gone. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. And the real culprit? It might just be hiding in plain sight. Okay, so let's talk about the real cost of all this convenience. I mean, credit card companies spend billions of dollars telling us about how easy it is, all the rewards, the freedom, but that's just the shiny marketing wrapper. Let's peel that back for a second and look at what's really going on underneath. Look, I know financial slavery sounds like a really strong phrase, but just think about it for a second. If you have a tool that's specifically designed to take the money you earn and hand it over to a bank, is that tool really working for you? No. It's a system built to transfer wealth from you to them, and we've got to see it for what it is. So, how exactly do they pull this off? Well, it's pretty clever. It doesn't start with numbers and spreadsheets. It starts right up here in your head. Let's get into the psychology of overspending, because this is where the game is really played. This right here, this is their secret weapon. It's called payment decoupling. Sounds super technical, right? But it's actually a really simple idea. When you swipe that card, it just doesn't feel like you're spending real money. The pleasure of getting the thing is right now. But the pain of paying for it, oh, that gets kicked way down the road. Just think about the difference for a second. When you physically hand over cash, your brain actually registers that as a loss. You can feel it leaving your hand. But with a card, that whole connection is just severed. And the result is insane. Studies have actually shown that people will spend up to 83% more. 83%, just because swiping a card feels totally painless in the moment. All right, so that's the mind game. Now let's look at the cold, hard math, because this is where all that painless spending suddenly becomes a very, very painful and very real financial trap. Okay, let's just use a really simple, super common example. Imagine you've got a $1,000 balance on your credit card. I mean, it's not the end of the world, right? $1,000. But here's the trap. If you only make that tiny minimum payment each month, any guesses how long it takes to pay off that $1,000? It takes nearly 5 years. 5 full years of making payments on that one purchase. And here is the real kicker, the knockout punch. Over those 5 years, you're not just going to pay back the $1,000. Oh no. You're going to pay the bank an extra $600 in pure interest. That's money for nothing. That is the real cost of convenience. I love this quote. It just sums it all up so perfectly. It's like you're on a financial treadmill. You're running and running, putting in all this effort, but you're not actually moving forward. The whole system is designed to keep you right there, jogging in place while that interest just keeps piling up. Okay, but what about the rewards, right? The points, the cash back. This is the number one thing I hear from people defending their credit cards. It feels like you're gaming the system, like you're getting one over on the big banks. But are you? Really? Well, the numbers don't lie. For the average family that carries a balance from month to month, they pay over $1,000 a year in interest. And what do they get back in rewards? Less than $300. Think about that. You are literally paying the bank more than $3 just to get $1 back. The rewards aren't a benefit. They're the cheese in the trap. They make you feel like you're winning. But trust me, the house always, always wins. And you know what? Interest is just the start of it. Credit cards have this whole menu of fees, and they are all designed to trip you up. Miss a payment by even 1 day? Boom, late fee. Want one of those fancy premium cards? Yep, that's an annual fee. Need to move a balance from one card to another? You guessed it, there's a fee for that. It is a system built to just nickel and dime you to death. Okay, I know. That all sounds pretty grim, right? But the point here is not to just scare you. It's the opposite. It's to empower you. So now that we see the trap, let's talk about how to get out of it. Let's talk about the simple, real steps you can take to break the cycle. This really gets to the heart of it. When you're carrying credit card debt, you're not really working for yourself anymore. You're working for the bank. Every single dollar you pay in interest is a dollar you busted your butt for that goes straight into their pockets instead of toward your future. Just letting that sink in, that's the first huge step to taking back control. So, here's the game plan. It's super simple, just 3 steps. First, and this is the most important, stop digging. Just stop. For your day-to-day spending, switch over to your debit card or even better, cash. It forces your brain to reconnect with the act of spending. Okay, step 2, attack the debt you already have. Get aggressive. That minimum payment is a total trap. You have to pay way, way more than that. Throw every spare dollar you find at that balance. And finally, step 3, build yourself a little safety net. A small emergency fund, even just $500, is your shield against going back into debt. It's what turns a flat tire into an inconvenience, not a full-blown financial crisis. All right, let's bring it all home. We've talked a lot about the trap, so let's shift our focus to the awesome feeling of freedom that comes from actually understanding the game, because that's what this is all about, taking back complete ownership of your money and your life. The bottom line is this: credit cards are very carefully designed traps. But here's the good news. Now you know the game. You're not playing blind anymore. You get the psychology, you see how the math works, you know the truth behind the rewards myth, and that knowledge, that is your superpower. Now you can consciously choose to not play by their rules. Just for a second, seriously, close your eyes and imagine this. Imagine what your life would feel like if 100% of your paycheck was actually working for you, for your goals, for your dreams, for your future, not for some bank's quarterly profits. That's not some crazy fantasy. It is absolutely 100% achievable. So I'm going to leave you with one last question to chew on. When you really look at your money and how you spend it, who is actually benefiting from all your hard work? Is it you or is it the bank? Because the answer to that one question, that can change everything.